Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all you guys out there in YouTube land. This is Abigail with the Ritual Mindset Tarot, and I am back with another pick a card reading. So today we are asking, what is the deep truth of this connection? I wanted to take a look into the deep truth of this connection, but also like the potential of this connection, future potential energies between you and this person on your mind. Before we get started, though, I wanted to say thank you so much to everybody that has reached out to me and supported me, not only by like watching and interacting, but like for those of you who have gotten private readings with me. I'm very like humbled that you would trust me with your reading, and I'm very humbled by like also like the feedback that I got from the reading. So thank you guys so much for that. I wanted to shout you guys out. So today, again, we are taking a look at the deep truth of this connection. We have 3 piles as per usual. For pile 1, we have my Elmwood Calcite, my little bit of sunshine. That also reminds me of a flame, which some of you guys have heard me say before. And I drew out intuition cards for each pile, and we'll see how that comes into play. And you have this card, this fairy, or this woman with these wings just dancing in a, like, it looks like a field of flowers, and it's number 42, the joyful. I know that the purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully, which is appropriate because this is yellow. It's like joy, happiness. And that's for pile 1. For pile 2, this is what I call my ube ice cream scoop. This is a botryoidal fluorite. I wanted to say this is from Sugar Studio Crystals. They're based out in San Diego. San Diego. And shout out to Jessica and Trina. They have some of the most beautiful crystals. Jessica does hand pick them at like gem shows, so the energy and the aesthetics of the crystals she chooses, amazing. Check them out. So this one for pile 2 is my botryoidal fluorite. As some of you know, fluorite tends to come in like cubic form, but this is a different, unique form of fluorite, which melted down into this like bubbly formation. I got this from Pacific Minerals. They're based in Turkey. And you have this card, and it's number 20, the Transformer. And the affirmation is, I transform myself as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly. That's pile 2. Interesting because Transformer, changing forms. And it's like the fluorite changed from like maybe a cubic form into this bubbly. And for pile 3, this is also from Sugar Studio Crystals. I think it gets like washed out on camera, but it's this gorgeous pink rose quartz wand. It's a Vogel wand, and it's very girthy and heavy, but I love it. So you guys have this card, and it's number 6, the Worker. The affirmation is, I enjoy getting in touch with who I am as an individual. Very interesting because the pink quartz, or rose quartz I should say, is about self-love. It's about love, compassion, but a lot of times it's connected to self-love, and it's about, self-worth, self-love aspects. So guys, that's the piles that we have for today. Take a moment to resonate with a pile. Pause if you have to. And the timestamps will be down in the description box below. I keep forgetting to put it in the comments, so apologies, but try to, if you don't see it in the comments, just check out the description box and the chapters, and I'll see you at your reading. Hey guys, if you chose the Joyful, number 42, which reduces down to a 6, the Joyful card, I know that purpose of life is to be happy and live purposefully. And the Elmwood Calcite, welcome to your reading, pile 1. So we're taking a look at what the deep truth of this connection is, and with the joyful card coming out, reducing down to a 6. 6 is a number in numerology that has to do with love. And so, and also joyful. There's this very like happy, joyful feeling when it comes to this connection. There may have been challenges in the past for you and this person. If it's not together, maybe some sort of like conflict and challenges in the past. And this connection has helped you to move into a more positive state of mind, state of being. And it's brought this like life energy, life force into this connection. This connection may have helped to, I think of like the sacral chakra and also the solar plexus chakra with this elmwood calcite. And so maybe this has helped to help you get more in touch with your passions and your more authentic self, like helping for you to stand your ground when it comes to your authenticity and really leaning into it. It's helping you to see maybe things to be grateful for in this reality. Some of you guys may be dancers or artists, but there's this aspect of like movement and flow, and maybe also like the standing in your power and going towards what makes you happy and your passions has helped to empower you. So this connection may deal with aspects of power and just pursuing your passions and following your bliss. So let's take a, I don't want to drop the calcite. Give me 1 second. I do say that that's kind of like shaped like a fire. So fire deals with action, movement, passion. You can talk about sex, attraction, and like desire. So there could be some of you that also resonate with being on some sort of like a twin flame connection, for those of you that subscribe to that. But there's like a lot of fire within this connection, and it's almost like this feeling of being inspired, you know, like that fire, that divine fire. It may help to inspire even like projects, or you know, just like certain things to progress in life. We have number 6, harmony, which is the Lover's card, and 2 of Wands, movement, choices, and decisions. So I feel like, again, this is the Lovers is a card that has to do with twin flames or some sort of like very deep connection. It's helping to put into perspective maybe certain priorities that we put forth in this life. For some of you, this could be like the first time. Some of you guys may have been feeling like the depth of this connection. It could be love for some of you, but maybe it's helping to balance you out as well with the number 2 and make plans for the future. It's like giving the feeling of having hope and dreaming. So this connection may be very much like it brings about this hope energy. So let's take a look at that solar plexus chakra, and then number 16 I believe is the Tower. So there may have been, again, the Tower is about that shocking event, news, experience, something that could have been that fell apart in your past, either with this person or separately. And it's, you know, there's a saying from this movie called Vanilla Sky, one of my favorite movies, that says the sweet isn't as sweet without the sour, or like the sweet isn't as sweet without the bitter. So some of you guys may have gone through like challenges in the past, and this connection has highlighted this aspect of being grateful for this connection to come into your life. If you guys have had challenges together, it's like it's moving past the challenges and now coming to a clarity about the lessons that needed to be learned, and maybe an aspect of like maturing and wisdom coming through, and just being grateful for maybe claiming your power, helping to build your power. giving you the clarity of what truly makes you happy, what lights you up, what makes you joyful. Being more optimistic and positive too for some of you. The truth, the deep truth of this connection for pile 1 and the person on their mind. Too many. We have the moon, the shadow here. So some of you guys may have mirrored or projected certain aspects of your shadows to one another, which again, that leads me to feeling like triggers. You guys who have dealt with one another in the past and have had challenges may have triggered one another, and it's meant to trigger you to become the best version of you. That's very much a twin flame. It sounds like a very like high level soul connection where you're meant to trigger and teach a lesson to one another. Okay, one finally came out. We have the 4 of Wands, foundation and achievements. This is another twin flame card. That's crazy. Like you have the flame crystal, so regardless of the labels, I do feel like you and this person may have helped one another to kind of like try to go towards some sort of balance and grounding yourselves. For some of you, you can share a family and a home already with this person. And, you know, here we have the home, so maybe sharing a home or feeling like home to one another, which is that soul level connection or a deep connection. But we see the rainbow. So rainbows to me are about like miracles, again, happiness, joy. But this rainbow comes out after a storm. So that storm are those challenges that we're talking about. And there's, for some of you, this could be the need to like ground this connection after working through some challenges. Some of you guys may have children already. There could be challenges with grounding this connection for some of you because of their experiences in childhood or like family dynamics that they grew up seeing that could have caused challenges when it comes to you and this person. But there's this aspect, there's so many 6s. Some of you guys may be seeing a lot of like 666, which I personally, you know, like it's known as the number of the beast, but in numerology, 6 is the number of love. So when you take 666, it equals to 18 and then 9. And 9 is the ending before a new beginning. So there may have been an ending for some of you. This person wants victory and success. And for some, this is the 6 of Wands, right? The 6 of Wands is about victory and success and celebration. But this specific card reminds me of the Fool card. We have this ledge, and it's like this announcement. It's like this person may be is so like overjoyed, wanting to announce the triumph, the victory. And it's again goes back to this feeling of being grateful for this connection regardless of the challenges, and this desire to maybe take the chance to take that leap to a new beginning with you, or like a rebirth of this connection. Or if this is somebody entirely new, this is like they've dealt with certain challenges and traumas from the past, and there's a desire to have victory and success with you. With the 6 of Wands, sometimes as well, we talk about aspects of the ego. We have fear, insecurities that may have been triggers that came up. For those of you that resonate with you guys triggering one another. What is the deep truth of this connection with pile 1 and the person on their mind? We have solitude. This is Hermit energy. This is Virgo. And again, this is a 9, which we had just mentioned. There may have been an ending. If it's not a separation, this person may have been spending a lot of time just really maybe studying, trying to process. They may be trying to process, and they're learning this lesson. This is kind of like someone studying, right? Your person may also be looking into like spiritual things, especially if this is something that is new to them. We have the star, the North Star here. It's like that feeling of maybe being guided. Some of you guys may be dealing with someone who's, Virgo energy is very much very hardworking. They're very hard on themselves, but they're very much about like the details, and about the earth signs tend to be a little bit more about the 3D. If it's not something that you can actually prove in the 3D, it's like, yeah, it's possible, but they're not the most spiritual to me when it comes to, well, it depends on the rest of their placements, but Virgo energy in general, it's about details, evidence based. So maybe this connection has awakened a spiritual aspect to this person, or maybe in both of you. And it has brought about this curiosity and wanting to learn. Also, that Six of Wands energy was about like a new beginning. We have this book that has a blank page. And so it's like thinking about the possibilities. Thinking about the possibilities of what can happen between the two of you or within this connection. That could be good and bad, because if your person leans into being a lot more like pessimistic and anxious, it's like thinking about what could be like, what could potentially bad happen, but also like this hope energy, trying to be hopeful in order to write this new page. The mountains really pop out to me as well. So like that talks about the obstacles, and this looks like sand. This almost looks like Nevada, Las Vegas, Arizona, the South. I always bring up the Southwest of the US, but just this could be in the Middle East as well, but like Jordan. But there's like this aspect of like desert energy, and the desert, there's no water. I mean, like maybe hundreds of feet down under the ground, there's water, but it's like water has to do with intuition. It has to do with emotions. So there may have been like this lack of emotions here. Someone who could be a lot more practical. And this looks like medieval times here, like in terms of the house. Excuse me. And this also looks like ancient Greece, ancient Rome. So there may be a tie to something that is like past life tie here, because the book also looks like an old book from the medieval times. Bottom of the deck is the Triumph card, so wanting success and triumph, and this is the Chariot card, wanting to move things forward. However, we have this red flag, so there may be certain elements of this connection that still has to be worked out. There may be red flags within you, within this person. We saw the shadow card, so that's someone acting out of their shadow that may need to be acknowledged and addressed. This stability could also be a challenge within this connection. If someone has some sort of like financial hardships or issues. Wow, look at that. Number 5 of Wands. I'm sorry, this is Pentacle energy. Yeah, this is Wands energy. So 5 of Pentacles, financial and material changes. So again, someone may need to move, or may need to fix their finances within this connection. It's also this feeling of not feeling good enough, maybe lacking, not just like financially, but again, this is Pentacle energy. It's like feeling like they can't really provide much. And 5, this could have been like past energy. 5 is about challenge, but it's also about change. And we have financial and material changes. Another way that I can read this is that there may have been like a breakup of a family situation, like a separation with a Solitude card, and this has caused like disruptions within like finances and material changes. Someone needing to move or like sell a home, and it's just like needing to balance things out with the Temperance on the bottom of the deck. There's healing here, the star. Within this connection, but it'll take some time. Please clarify foundation. So we have 8 of Pentacles, positive movement forward. 8 is a number of karma. This also reminds me of like the Six of Swords. So moving on from challenges, moving towards Eight of Pentacles is putting in the work, right? So someone actually like working a lot, possibly, and building their finances, or just like putting in the work within a connection. First, putting the work in within themselves in order to put in work with the connection, because there's a lot of pentacle energy. It's this desire to invest in this connection and desiring to move towards like happy brighter days, the sun, happiness, joyful, the joyful card. Again, this rainbow energy, like after a storm comes out the rainbow, but patience may have been needed. This may have been going on for a while, multiple cycles for some of you, or patience may be needed because this person may be a lot more of like a loner, closed off energy, like where they pull away because they feel like maybe not stable enough. Please clarify the solitude card for the deep truth of this connection. We have this is the Three of Cups, rejoice in celebration. So this is I would say reunion energy, especially coming out under the Hermit. There's a desire or potential for a reconnection if there has been a disconnect. Some of you guys may have like been part of like a work community or like a friend group, but this desire for celebration and positive movement forward. It's like you may know intuitively or feel like there's this Three of Cups energy coming in. You guys may both be like manifesting this, maybe praying about it, meditating about it. You both may be spending a lot of time, when it comes to this connection. And again, we have the disruption card. I'm pretty sure this is the Tower. So the Tower comes before the Star card, right? So these financial and material changes may have been like a surprise or like divine intervention. Things were unstable before with the way things were, and it's like the divine stepped in. Someone may have been very like grumpy or like very closed off here as well, and I'm getting this like aspect of compartmentalization. So someone who was like closed off and was able to kind of like detach, but this big Tower moment is about a change. It's a change that needed to happen. And this could be this feeling of maybe focusing on the lack, focusing on the issues that were the challenges, and maybe like a surprise ending for some of you with the Tower. But we have the fertility card. This is the Empress card on the bottom of the deck. There's a birth, a rebirth. There's this potential to grow. If you guys have never been together, there's a potential to grow. There is abundance here. And you have a lot of earth energy here. This is Scorpio with the Tower. So there's the Scorpio energy is about transformation. There's been some sort of like change and transformation, and it could have been this like feelings of lack, insecurity, and this ending needed to happen in order for this movement forward to happen as well. Some of them may be moving on from something from the past, like past baggage. And with the Empress energy here, Taurus energy, it's this heart chakra here. And when I was picking up on the desert energy, it's like this change of maybe being very much practical in your head, being closed off, needed to change within this connection, and tapping into your happiness. And like chakras, if there's a block in one, it's going to affect the ones above them. So we have the base chakra, and then we're picking up on sacral, which has to do with like creativity and also like sexual energy, and it has to do with intimacy. And then we have the solar plexus chakra, which is our power. So someone may have felt like they felt like weak, almost like disempowered by something from their past, possibly, or a certain challenge within this connection. And it's like it's caused this heart chakra to be blocked. And there's this aspect of something opening up and growing, potential for growth. You could be asking about like someone who is a parent to your child. Look at that number 9 again. So there's an ending to this disruption. There may have been like, again, like a disruption from external factors, maybe a losing of a job, something like that, that caused like issues with the finances and materials aspects of things. But underneath that is, this is the 9 of Cups. This is about that wish fulfillment after filling your own cup. And it's like this treasure trove. And we have this leaf here and these fountains. Like, look at this. This is very dry over here, which is a 9. And then on this 9, it's like overflow of emotions. Green is about the heart chakra. It's like slowly opening up this treasure of this, the amount of feelings, the abundance of this connection. And we have this little new leaf coming in. So this could be a new love, new connection, or for others, it's this like reconnection, new cycle coming in. What is the deep truth of this connection with pile 1? We have synergistic. This is your energetic match. 2 birds sing sweeter than one. So you guys may, we're picking up on like a soul connection. So even if you don't subscribe to those labels, there's this match that you guys have energetically. Like you guys go well together, even if you're different, like peanut butter and jelly. Like who thought up to put like peanut butter, which is very like sticky in the mouth, that's what she said, and like jelly or jam. They're very different, but they're so good together. What else is there? In the Philippines, we have, I guess it depends culturally, but because in the Philippines, we have this cheese and corn ice cream. Speaking, pile 2 is like ube ice cream, but cheese and corn is very popular in the Philippines. So I personally don't like it. I don't really like ube either. But yeah, so it's like, even if there are differences externally, you guys go well together. That's what I feel. And it's like, since it's that joyful energy, maybe being together brings about this like it's like building up energy, excitement energy, very playful and happy when you guys are around each other. And it's like, yeah, seeing this potential for growth. Anything else from this pile for the deep truth of this connection? I was only supposed to get 1, but I guess you have another message. Whoa, sorry, that hit the mic. It fell on the floor too. So we have betrayal. For some of you, this could be this tower energy. Trust this part of your journey, understanding that through pain, this is teaching you and others to love more deeply and in a higher divine capacity. That's very much like this fertility. So this could be talking about maybe this person has betrayed you in the past, or some sort of, again, if it was not between the 2 of you, you guys may have dealt with pain and challenges when it comes to love in the past. And then this came along. It's like, wow, it's a rainbow. So it's like taught you and this person how to love. And I guess the value of like true love, true emotions, sincere, authentic. We were talking about authenticity and like someone who you could really be yourself with. That's very valuable. Lessons of Jupiter. Look at that. Fertility. Jupiter is about abundance. That's right. Lessons of Jupiter. Align, demonstrate, and express the values and beliefs you have learned about love. It's all about teaching each other love, teaching each other maybe self-love, teaching each other about emotions, getting in touch with the heart chakra. Be open to new ways. The results are healing and expansion. So you guys are very much teaching one another about the abundance of this connection, maybe showing each other the beauty of yourselves with the joyful card, really leaning into your authenticity. And you both see this, the blessing that this connection may be. And again, that's not to say there's no challenges. There has not been any challenges, but or potential for challenges, but it's something that is healing and expansive. It helps you level up this connection. Highly spiritual. The deep truth of this connection. So we have, wow, look at that fulfillment wish. Where did we see that? Wish fulfillment. So some of you guys may like have manifested this, been wishing on a star about this, writing in your journal about this, which I did mention in my recent short. Like for those of you that are looking for love, write. And that's not to say that typing and visuals don't work, but there's something about a wand, right? It sends energy or helps to receive energy, but the pen serves as a wand. Like really, really, if for those of you that are in like disconnect, really consider writing, because you're manifesting this connection. You both may feel like you both are wish fulfillment to one another, like the person of my dreams vibes. And we have third eye clarity. So we have this aspect of being connected maybe on an energetic level. So it could be even telepathic. This may not have only helped to open up your heart chakra, but it may have helped to develop like intuitively your psychic powers. If you guys both feel like very intuitively connected, this connection by going through the lessons has helped with your third eye and intuition. And there's some sort of clarity that has come down to the both of you. The masculine, whoever identifies as a masculine, may have gone through like some sort of like spiritual awakening where clarity was came upon the masculine. Again, that feeling of maybe someone was a lot more practical, more logical, not so much spiritual. That may have been the masculine, which happens a lot. And there's this clarity that's come along. The deep truth of this connection for pile 1. So we have endings. They entered your life to test you, teach you, and bring out the very best in you. Now their part in your story is over. So for some of you, you know, there may have been this person that comes in order to teach the lesson, and they're not meant to stay. Soulmates, soul connections are not are in our lives for a reason, season, or a lifetime. And this ending can also talk about going through cycles where this person taught you a lesson and then it's like this disconnect. So some of you guys may have had multiple cycles with this person, and the endings is very much like scorpionic energy, death and rebirth. But it's still meant to test you, teach you, and bring out the very best in you. That joyful card, this lady in your card is dancing and feeling free. I'm hearing free and fancy. So it's just like, I know that the purpose of this life is to be happy and live purposefully. And we have marriage. They see you as marriage material, which is kind of, this is very much like Empress energy. Someone that inspires them to create a strong foundation for marriage. So even if you guys are not wanting to get married to someone, it's just like they want something serious here, because there's a lot of pentacle energy and picking up on like past life energy. This is a very like old school car, like 1940s, I'd say. And so there's, again, some of you guys may resonate with having some sort of like past life connection with this person. The deep truth of this connection. The deep truth of this connection with pile 1 and the person on their mind. And we have sweetness. Patience is now required. Relax and enjoy the sweetness of life. Let the universe take care of the details. So there's a need to surrender and really focus on what makes you happy. If you guys are in some sort of like disconnect, there's a need to turn that energy towards yourself and to really, really see the blessings in your life. You know, that joyful sun energy. Be grateful. Stay in gratitude, you know, that helps to, if this person is meant to come back into your life, which we have the reunion card here. That's not for all of you, but some of you have this person coming back. There's a need to focus on your happiness because that makes you much more magnetic. Like this energy, this expansive light around the Empress. It's like a very strong aura of being like magnetic, but also like protecting yourself. And we have missing you. Thoughts of you on their mind, considering feelings and emotions. So this person is missing you. You guys may be both missing one another, even if you're not like in like disconnect, like separation, but you may be very like excited to see this person when you come near them or you have a chance to be around them. And it's like almost like feeling like you miss them when you guys are not together. So let's take a look now at the potential future energies. What is the potential of this connection? So we shall see. Pile 1 and the person on their mind. What is the potential? What is the potential future energies between pile 1 and the person on their mind? What is the future potential? What is the potential for pile 1 and the person on their mind? Go off the table. So we have moving on, letting go, loving you, and free. So for some of you, you may have chosen to move on from this person after going through challenges with them. It's like learning to love yourself again, reclaiming your power. For others, it's this aspect of feeling free enough to love this person, to really go in. And being true and authentic, showing yourselves your true colors. If there were masks being worn or just hiding of feelings, there may be a desire to freely express these loving feelings. Is that an Elvis song? We have firestorm, karma, drama, endings, loss, mental breakdown. So again, for some of you, this can talk about this ending of this connection. But with fire and that energy of the crystal looking like a fire, this fire is about action. It's about passion. It's desire. And we have psycho, crazy ex, obsessed, won't let go. So with, psycho is a little bit it's a little bit harsh to say, but this person, there may be energies of like obsession and watching. And it may be very difficult to let go. So for some of you, you may choose to try to let this go, but it's this magnetic feeling of being pulled back, obsessed with one another. This also reminds me of I'm filming this around like a Halloween time, so the movie Psycho may be significant, but there's something about maybe Halloween that's significant, or maybe a time marker for some of you. This is a timeless reading, but for those of you reading it as I post it, we have blocked. Yeah, some of you guys are maybe choosing to block this person. Some of you guys may feel like you're under a love spell because you can't let this go. Or some of you guys are casting spells in order to bring this back. We did see that energy of cycles and round. So it's like trying to move on from one another at some points and not still looking them up, you know. What comes to mind is like secret accounts, someone watching, but, you know, trying to hide. And that's why there's this obsessed energy. Watching. Potential of this connection for pile 1. Future potential. So we'll take the ones that were flipped over. We have forgiveness. So there may be a need for apologies to make things right, for forgiveness to be had in this connection. This could also be about forgiving yourselves. If you showed up, if there's aspects of like guilt and shame with how you acted in this connection, or maybe how you acted in the past with previous connections, there's a need to like release this pain, release this baggage, give it up to God. But there may be forgiveness for any type of like pain that there has been between the two of you. And we have taking risks, seeing this higher perspective, like learning lessons, taking that risk. We saw the 6 of Wands, which looked like the wow, I lost my train of thought, which looked like the Fool card. It's about taking the risk and setting yourself free to be with this person, or for those of you where it's like moving on, taking a risk with moving away from this person after seeing a higher perspective, seeing, learning a lesson. And again, we have the southwest of the U.S. here. This is very much like Monument Valley, Utah, Arizona. And we have action, firestorm. I feel like this person, there's going to be like a resurgence is what I'm hearing, like a resurgence of emotions and feelings. There's a lot of like momentum, buildup of energy here behind this water. And we had mentioned the desert aspect, very dry, no emotions. Someone may have blocked the other. And it's like this rush of water and emotions. Someone may have like, instead of a mental breakdown, it's like someone may be going through something in terms of like their mental health, dealings with trauma, needing to let that go. But where it was once very dry, desert, there's like emotions coming in. And we have blessings on the bottom of the deck. That's very much like the Empress energy. So there is this opportunity for communication for those of you that are not in communication or in a disconnect. And there's this, regardless of like this a little bit scary, maybe there's an aspect of like intimidation and fear of taking action, right? It's like fearing the unknown, fearing of getting hurt. Like, how do you really know this person type of thing? But that's why it feels like it's taking a risk. It's scary. You know, like the movie Psycho is scary, right? And it's like there's a blessing in this connection. Solitude. We saw solitude as well. So this could be after a time of solitude and being apart. So some of you guys are in separation. And there's this with, I don't take reversals, but embracing being in the like reverse. There may be some sort of like resistance from this person still that needs to be, they may be going through a process of healing and forgiveness. You both may actually maybe needing to move away from, it says crazy ex, maybe a third party, even if they're not connected to somebody else, married to somebody else. It's like needing to heal and move on from the past. Block out the people, places, and things that don't serve them, that cause them to be wounded in the first place, especially if they're trying to heal. Advice for my pile ones, please. Advice for my pile ones. So 2 came out. We have consumerism, focuses on material wealth and neglects true happiness, unending desire for more and satisfaction. So your person may have been very much focused on the material world and really ignoring like emotions, heart chakra. Is it, if there's any way that you also have been like really distracting yourselves with like material wealth rather than addressing anything internal, there may be a need for you to really tap into your heart rather than focusing on like, like keeping up with the is it keeping up with the Benjamins? What is it? It's like keeping up appearances. So there's a need to, rather than focus on the material, really focus on your authenticity, who you are within. And we have successful. Seeks validation through fame and feels unstable. The spotlight is ephemeral and brings only momentary joy. Material abundance leads to spiritual scarcity. See, that's very much this energy of really focusing on what matters, the spiritual, the heart, the body, mind, and soul, rather than just money. And this landed like this: when I'm with you, I feel complete. I realize that you, not material things, are what truly matters. So this person or you may have been really prioritizing like money. We saw a lot of pentacles. We have imprisonment. Consequences of non-compliance can be severe and lasting. Or disregard for rules disrupts order and invites conflict. Hidden legal dangers lurk and threaten your peace. For some of you, your person may be dealing with like legal matters, or like kind of like trapped, imprisoned in some way. But we have free here. There's a need for you to like let go and be free. So if you're very much like very structured as well, and you don't allow yourself to feel joy, to be playful, to really connect with yourself, there's a need to free yourself. So pile 1, I just saw 3636, which equals 9, by the way. And the numbers 3 and 6, we have 3 and then 3, 6. Anyways, look up 3636, angel number 999666. Pile 1, this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comments if it did. Please hit the like button, the hype button. It helps my channel a lot. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing so you can be notified when I post more readings like this. And to my subscribers, guys, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for you guys. And again, for those of you that have gotten readings with me, thank you so much. With that said, pile 1, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys. Doot. Hey guys, if you chose the botryoidal fluorite, and this is your card, the transformer number 20, I transform myself as a caterpillar transforms a butterfly. So this connection may have really brought about a lot of change within your life, your person's life. It could be very highly spiritual because we have these 2 swans here, which to me are very like spiritual birds that talk about like spiritual connections. And it brings me into like different like ancient cultures. This looks like the Pacific Northwest as well. I forgot what they're called, but the natives of the Northwest of the United States and Canada have these. And these wings reminds me of like Hermes Trismegistus, which is he was known to be the scribe of the gods in ancient Egypt, and he's known to have helped with getting the information about Hermeticism in our reality. This may be a very like high frequency spiritual connection as well, because the heart is like at the crown. And there's like a jewel here. There's something very, you guys may feel like this is a very like valuable, precious connection. And with it being a number 20, which reduces down to 2, it's this aspect of duality. It's about partnership, balance, and union. So this connection may have brought about a lot of change, and it could be tied to past lives. It could be tied to like past life karma, some sort of like spiritual lessons. And you have the ube ice cream scoop of fluoride. And I had mentioned earlier, fluoride are not usually like bubbly botryoidal formation. It's usually like cubic, right? So there has been some sort of like metamorphosis of the fluorite within the earth because of like intense heat and whatever settings under the ground, which caused it to be around. So again, that aspect of transformation. And this is a purple color, just like the jewel here. Purple is very like psychic, so this connection may have helped to develop your own like intuition, your own psychic ability, maybe for those of you that resonate. But this is a highly intuitive connection overall. And with the number 2 and the swans facing each other, it's like mirroring, just like the wings pairs. Look at this, they're mirroring, they're like the same. So we shall see what the deep truth is of this connection, and then we will take a look at the potential energies, potential of this connection. Pile 2. What is the deep truth of this connection with pile 2 and the person on their mind? With the number 2 as well, this aspect of balance, there may have been feelings of, maybe for some of you, feeling really like connected to this person, but then when there's like if you guys are on like different pages, it may feel like it destabilizes you or like throws you off balance for some of you. And we have number 5, which is the throat chakra. There's a desire to communicate. You guys may love to talk to each other as well, like exchanging ideas, just talking about anything and everything. Back in my day, before like social media and just relying on text, people that you are talking stage, are interested in, you could be on the phone for hours. And mind you, there was a point when being on the phone after is it like after 9 p.m. it was free. Before that you had to pay for being on the phone. That was crazy that that actually was a thing. But there may be a desire to talk to one another. And with it being a 5 is about challenge and change, right? So there may have been challenges between the two of you with communicating, or like if there is no communication, that's going to change with the throat chakra. And we have the 7 of Pentacles, patience and planning. This aspect of waiting. There's a desire to invest in this, and that's why there's this planning stage. This is very much like the 2 of Wands to me as well. This is the 7 of Pentacles, so it's this aspect of like really looking at this connection, considering it, and planning to, wanting to build, planning. And again, this aspect of mirroring, right? Needing patience. And this looks like different seasons. So it's like this patience. There may have been a lot of like cycles between the two of you, or there's been, you guys may have been maybe waiting for this to come into fruition for a while. And again, this aspect of past lives. This is like ancient Greece or ancient Rome columns. With the 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Memories of love. This could be someone from your past. Again, it could be past life or someone from your past or you've known since childhood. This is also one of my soulmate cards. This is that very like tender, innocent, sweet love. It's kind of like how this person is holding the candle very like delicately. And what's interesting is 5, 7, 6. It's sequential numbers, but they're out of order. So again, that feeling of maybe being on different pages for some of you. And we have 4, authority. This is the Emperor, which again, the columns. The Emperor is about power, control. The Emperor is able to look over his empire that he's built. It's about stability. But this could be someone who could be more like unmoving, stubborn energy. This is Aries energy. So it's like a little bit of like closed off, stubborn energy that I'm getting. Almost like also proud. For some reason, I'm getting like Leo because of this circle. But we have the columns here. There's only like one column, and these other three columns are not yet, they have not come into fruition. So it's like that, again, that aspect of waiting. And 4 is about stability and building, right? Grounding. So there may be a wait, there may have been a wait for this grounding of this connection because someone's closed off. This could be someone who is the parent of your child or a child, or like a husband figure, father figure. But there's this feeling of loss here, sadness. And we have it feels like cycles. This could be someone who's very much like had their heart chakra closed off. The throat chakra gives me like air sign vibes, so someone who may have been a lot more like logical and not so emotional. And as I'm saying that, I had like a tickle and a weird feeling in my throat chakra. Someone who may not have been good with communication. I'm hearing also with this, it's like my way or the highway. And this could be a front as well, right? Being closed off, not showing that emotional loss, the sadness, the missing, the sadness underneath. But with authority, again, it's like it's my way or the highway. This could be someone that you're asking about, could be like in the military or some sort of like law enforcement. Please clarify the throat chakra for the deep truth. So we have another 5. Some of you guys may be seeing like sequential numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or like counting down like 6, 6, 5, 4, but like certain number synchronicities that may come up. We have obstacles and challenges, and this is the 5 of, is it the Wands? This is the 5 of Wands. This is conflict and challenge. There's also this aspect of like fear of making the leap to the other side. For fear of falling, because we have water under there. Maybe this person is afraid to fall in love. They may not be comfortable with like emotions and connections, and it's maybe like taking the risk to fall for someone. And that's why it's like this resistant energy, this stubborn resistant energy with the Emperor. But there's change coming because they're both 5. This could also talk about obstacles and challenges with communication. This person may not know what to say. They may feel they don't want to say anything that would make them look stupid, especially if pride is a big thing here. We have the Lovers on the back of the deck, which is Gemini energy, air sign. There's this deep connection between the two of you. It could be very well like eye contact. Like you guys may have very strong eye contact. I've always thought this girl in the Lovers looks like one of the actresses. If you guys know of the show Nurse Jackie, I forgot her name, but she looks like the actress there. I don't know if Nurse Jackie is relevant, or if some of you guys are in healthcare, that came up. But this can also talk about needing to make a choice, right? Whether it's the choice between people, places, things, needing the choice to make the leap to talk to you. It could be them like being afraid to speak to you in general, if this is something new, if this is someone new. And that's why it's like waiting for the right time to make this leap. And they may be taking a really long time with the Seven of Pentacles. Why is patience and planning here? For the deep truth of this connection. So we have 21, the universe. This is the World card. There may have been an ending. And again, this is very like cyclical, right? So these cycles that you guys have gone through it may feel like you're going in circles, but there's this like expansion outwards. Like things are on the right track to how they're supposed to be. That's why we're getting like sequential numbers, but that resistance is causing you guys to be on different pages with like sequential numbers that are like out of order. But bottom of the deck is the Fool. So there's this death and rebirth energy here, like an ending and a renewal here. And again, we see in this Fool card, she's standing on the world. So like an ending has happened, and maybe somebody needed to leave something behind in the past with the door closing behind and needing to move forward. Why is authority here for the deep truth of this connection? And with the columns being not completely materialized, somebody may have had to move, or they lost some sort of like home situation because of an ending. And we have number 20, the truth. This is the Justice card. Libra energy. I'm filming this. Today is October 21st. It is the new moon in Libra. So things may have been like imbalanced before. And very interesting, like Justice card. There may be a truth that needs to be said, or some sort of clarity that needs to be told in order to make things right between the two of you here. And this truth could just be someone's feelings, or like clarity when it comes to not only their feelings, but like the certain circumstances. Maybe they need to certain like external factors that are affecting this person and this connection from being grounded. The delays on why this is the Four of Swords, why this person may have distanced themselves. Again, this ending energy. It's like you guys may both be very much in like contemplation of this connection. This person may have needed to heal from something from the past. And again, that World card, the Fool card with the door being closed in the past, this person may be working on releasing something from the past. And that's why there's this fear of falling again. Someone may have been hurt. There may have been lies in the past, and there's this desire for like a truthful, balanced connection. And we have the number 4 here again, about stability. This makes me feel like a lot of you guys are in separation or no contact. And intuitively, you guys, I feel like you guys are intuitively tied. This is the High Priestess, Pisces energy. We saw the Fool card. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. Whenever I go, like when I'm channeling, I forget certain words, but this is the Ankh. Here's this door that's also closed, but you guys may intuitively be in touch, even if there's no communication, or this like intuitive knowing. You guys may actively be trying to connect intuitively or telepathically with one another. But there's this intuitive knowing that there's this potential for a new life together for some of you. For others, this could be the closing of the door of this connection. And some of you guys are healing from the closing of this door after maybe a truth came out that caused an ending. But there's something with the Ankh is about like the womb. So something new that's ready to be like rebirthed. And we have Ace of Cups, love begins. So this is for some of the people on YouTube, I believe Joy. What is her channel? Joy. I'll comment her channel below, but she calls this her I love you card. A Journey in Light is her channel. She's such a great reader. I've been watching her for years, but this also talks about like emotions, right? Communicating emotions, connecting with emotions, the heart center, and this could be like crush energy that you're asking about, someone who is a crush or an admirer of yours, and them wanting to speak their truth of their feelings. But it's like, and you may intuitively pick up on these feelings even if you're apart, but there's a desire for this could also be speak of new love. Again, if somebody has been hurt in the past, this speaks of new love, and we have the lovers under that. So there is love here. There's just a little bit of like fear that I'm feeling, and distance. I just saw 22, so 222. What is the deep truth of this connection for pile 2? What is the... We have lessons of Neptune. Denial, illusion, and deception of self or by another. So truth. That's why in the past, if it was between the two of you, there may have been some sort of like lies that were told or betrayals. And there's a desire for this truth and balancing things out. Self-love, boundaries, and detachment are important. So there, Neptune is also about not only illusions, but there's confusion. This may have helped to focus on healing of self-love, self-worth, and really trying to maybe recognizing where your boundaries were not being honored or respected in the past, and really working on establishing those boundaries with a 4. But it is like a work in progress since it's not fully formed. Acceptance. Accepting yourself and others as they are liberates patterns of resistance open to flow. So it's like this resistant energy that we're picking up on. Wow, look at this. We have true love under that. This is a divine connection, and it wanted to be seen because this acceptance was kind of like it flew or slid off to the side. So there's this, you both may be kind of resisting, and this card was about transformation. So you both may be resisting aspects of change within yourselves and within this connection. It could be like hard lessons that are taught, or maybe someone is chasing the other and the other one is running. So it's like this aspect of not allowing for this rest and rejuvenation when there may be a need to spend time alone to get clarity, because there's like illusion and confusion. So maybe recognizing where you both may need some sort of like healing and space for now. And again, it feels like time has passed. There's different seasons here that we see in the 7 of Pentacles. There may be authority. The Emperor card is about control, and we have this acceptance card. So there may be a need to let go of control or try to surrender with the way that things are between the two of you, because it may need to be this way in order to work through fears, work through ego, work through, illusions. There's a need to go with the flow and try not to control this connection. What is the deep truth of this connection for pile 2? And we have present, abundant, and gratitude. So acceptance of how things are right now with this person, and trying to stay in the moment, trying to focus on like your abundance and the blessings around you, and really focus on all the blessings and being grateful. And you both may be very much at that point now, like during this time apart or separation, there may have been like a shift, because this truth is not only truth but clarity, right? Maybe realizing like of all of the things that, all of the abundance that surrounds you, when maybe you guys are working through being a lot more, pessimistic or not having much hope because of challenges in the past, either with each other or with someone else. And it's now like, it's recognizing that there's something divine about this connection. And it could be this teaching of the lessons. There's this aspect of connecting intuitively. We had the high priestess, like the recognition of like this divine connection, and maybe like the divine and spirituality overall being awoken in both of your lives. And if you were very spiritual before, it may like strengthen your like spirituality and your practices. This is very cosmic. This is very cosmic. And it's like we have here freedom, leap, Uranus, and opportunities. So some of you guys are setting yourselves free from this person or this connection. For others, it's this, again, this is very much the Fool card for me, taking that leap of faith, regardless of the challenges and the obstacles and also the fear. I just saw 1616. So that may be a number that you've been seeing, or like if you Google 1616 angel number, that could be a message for you. So we have separation. They're focusing on their own personal journey and choosing not to focus on love because there is nothing to give. So they are your person that you're asking about is very much like focusing on rest and rejuvenation, tapping into their intuition, maybe even like meditating, but like trying to really get clear on their own maybe red flags. But there's this aspect of this umbrella where the sky is crying. So your person is sad. If there is separation between the two of you, you both may be both sad. But it's like walking through this gateway here, where it looks like a lot brighter and like there's like I had mentioned in one of the private readings that I've recently done, it's like you guys are at the precipice of a threshold. This looks like a doorway. This person wants to jump to the other, so it's like it's right before, it's like the pause before movement is what I'm feeling. We have the rival. They chose someone else over you, and though it wasn't what they wanted, they thought it was the right thing to do. So for some of you with the Libra card here, you may be asking about someone who is already married or already committed elsewhere. And if they're not with this person still, it's like they're having to deal with an external factor which is causing this obstacle and challenge. And it's just like maybe this time apart has given them the clarity that they needed with who you are to them and what you mean to them, right? The fight. Their inner warrior is being activated. They're getting ready to fight for you and overcome their fears of love. So even if they're not like committed to somebody else, this person may have tried to maybe like move on from this connection. If they have had other options, and it's like they now recognize like, oh, I want to invest in this. They're planning. It's like this planning phase that your person is on. So some of you guys may be dealing with like third party. Not all of you, but some of you guys, it's showing up here. So some of you guys are dealing with that, and your person is not happy with it, with being apart. But they're trying to accept with how things are right now. But again, like this precipice of this leap, this walking through this doorway, gateway. The deep truth of this connection between pile two. Okay, these two fell. This one, I was only supposed to get one, but Spirit said no, you need three. So we have closeness, you and me. The bond between you creates a special understanding. So we saw the swans. There is this intuitive understanding between the two of you. this intuitive connection that it's very much like you guys get each other. Even if you guys are different, there's this aspect of understanding and desire for coming closer to one another, because we have this like missing. And I always bring up You and Me by Disclosure and Eliza if you're into EDM. And we have these two stars here. The star is about healing, Four of Swords energy, Aquarius energy, a lot of air energy coming through here. Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, but there's like this aspect of hoping, and trying to say in the present moment, mindfulness, healing, trying to heal and stay hopeful. And we have this thing that looks like a wreath of flowers. So there may be something significant with, you don't have to celebrate Christmas, but Christmas time, you know, like December, that may be significant. Oh, 3 more came out, so we'll see what it is. So we have long distance love. Distance is no barrier with this love. So for some of you, this can talk about this leap right here is actually having to make the leap because it's long distance, like having to travel to one another. Because we did see the Fool card was on the world. This is the World card. It could be long distance here. So that could serve as a challenge for some of you. We have toxic. This connection is unhealthy and you're together out of need or habit. Release it to be free. So there may be toxic aspects between you and your person. It could be this aspect of control, control because of like acceptance, maybe a little bit of possessiveness as well. If there has been lies told as well, but that's something that's being like worked through. It could also be this like very pessimistic energy, but there's, or someone is like detaches. That could be a toxic trait as well, but that's something that's being healed currently. And we have Ladies' Night. Spend time with friends for laughs and fun. So some of you guys may be spending some time with friends and family during the separation, trying to, you know, spend some happy times, especially if it's very much like this sad, grieving energy between the two of you. Your person may also be trying to, it could be an aspect of like distracting. I did pick up on maybe needing to, like detach for some of them. This can also talk about like toxic friends, toxic family members that this person may have or you may have in your life. Your person may be drinking or using some sort of substances maybe to numb or distract themselves. And we have fondness. Gently honor the soft feelings between you. Don't rush now. So we have this aspect of patience. But I did see the 6 of Cups. So it's like this soft feelings, honoring of soft feelings. So somebody may still, your person may still need to open up and really connect with those, that like heart space area. And I do believe they're on their way to do so. But let's take a look now at the potential of this connection, potential energies, potential future energies, I should say. There may have been like distractions and delays within this connection because I was getting distracted by something. It could also be your person distracting themselves on purpose to not think about this and be sad about this as well. Future potential energies between pile 2. Wow, look at that cope. So for some of your people, if it's not alcohol, they're trying to like numb, distract themselves. Some of them could be just like working a lot in order to not think about this, not to feel their sadness. But for some of your people, they may be drinking rather than getting in touch with their heart space. Or this could be one of their toxic habits that they used to do that they're trying to work. So for some of your people, they may need to get sober or are in some sort of recovery if there was some sort of addiction. We have side hustle. Again, someone may be focusing on their like working, distracting themselves by going to work. Someone may need to build up their finances too, so they may be working a lot within this connection. And we have jackass. So this person coming to this realization of maybe like this is guilt and shame coming through with the realization of how they showed up, how they were acting, feeling foolish, feeling like a fool and a jackass. This reminds me of today, this whole reading, I've been like really blanking out when I'm channeling. I Joker. This can also be this clown. Halloween is right around the corner from the time that I'm recording this, so that could be a time marker. This could be someone like speaking their truth of how they messed up and they feel stupid for how they acted or how they were showing up. That could be for some of you. Bottom of the deck energy is twin flame. So again, the swans are very much imagery that's used with twin flame connections. Regardless of the labels, there is some sort of deep connection that you two share. I'm convinced. And we have love child. So somebody, you guys may share children, or someone has some of you guys may have a child with this person, or children with this person, maybe in the future. I'm hearing also like secret rendezvous, so some of you guys may end up meeting up in secrecy because if there's complications in like third party, external parties, some of you guys may choose to meet up and go out for drinks. But again, this eye contact, look at the eye contact. It's very much like the lovers, right? Future potential for pile 2 and the person on their mind. We have release. This is very much like it's giving autumn or the fall. This could be talking about releasing of any fear of external parties and you know, whatever blocks there are in the way. There may be a need to release that, or a releasing of that, or something in the autumn. Maybe a time marker again, like maybe during Halloween. And again, we were picking up on gateway, portal energy. There's this energy of being at the precipice of a gateway, of some movement between the two of you, maybe reconnection. And we have here, this looks like not Monument Valley, Zion in Utah. That may be significant. But we have the unicorn here. There's something magical about this connection. And unicorns are very much like, I'm hearing like once in a lifetime. So this person may have come to realize like how special you are and how special this connection is. And it's like whether or not to run through this like gateway. But there's that gateway energy. Maybe this release also talks about releasing any unhealthy, toxic habits and just like toxicity in general. Potential energies between pile 2. Potential. What is the potential between pile 2 and the person on their mind? Too many. I saw security. That gives me the feeling of like something like home, stability. Well, so we have purity. This wolf has 2 different colored eyes. Again, eye contact. So you guys may be, again, I said this in a reading recently, in a private reading, but you guys may be like 2 sides of the same coin, or like yin yang, where you guys may be different, but you guys are a good pair. Like you guys are energetically like very aligned in that way. And even though you're different, it's like you complement one another. And it's more beautiful because of the differences in some way. What I wanted to say with release, it's like these leaves being released with a bare tree brings about that like a blank page purity. There's a desire for a truth and reality. I don't know why reality came through, but a truth to come out, to be told, and wanting to like some new beginning energy. There may be something very pure about this love that you guys share as well, where it's like unconditional, that that unicorn energy, where it's like this is something that's very pure when it comes to this love. That's not to say there's no challenges attached to it, but it's like to dig yourself out of the dark, kind of like that lotus that starts off at the bottom of a murky pond, making its way up into the sunlight in order to like blossom into like a beautiful flower. It's like that purity energy. And we have leadership here, bear energy. So leadership, your person wanting to take the lead, that is very emperor energy when it comes to this connection. We have the North Star here. This star energy is very much again about healing and hope. With this reminds me of the bear in the Lenormand deck, which has to do with finances and stability and support. So we have side hustle here in leadership. So your person may still very well be focusing, maybe leveling up in their like finances, their career. The wolf also, is this a wolf? No, this is a fox. It's a white fox. See, that's very unique as well. Just like the botryoidal fluorite, it's different. There's something different with this connection, something special. And the bear is also very protective. So there's this aspect of like needing to protect this connection. And bottom of the deck is delight. So that is very good, like peaceful harmony energy. We saw the throat chakra, and birds are very much about like communicating. And we have change on the bottom of the deck. There's change. There's this leveling up for some of you with this connection. But since this is like a merry-go-round, this is multiple cycles. Long time passing. Seven of Pentacles energy. So let's get you some advice. I saw 3311. So 33 and 11, both master numbers. This is a very strong connection. Again, you guys may be seeing a lot of signs about this connection. We have oath. Looks like she's married. Unity in diversity. That energy of being different, but the purple and the green eyes. Embracing differences to create a harmonious and balanced partnership. This is a number 2. This is pile 2. That's crazy. And divinely guided towards union. Twin flame. So some of you guys may even level up to getting married, or you know, so you may be asking about someone you're married to already, or were married to, or someone who is married, pretty much. But there's this energy of the strength of your differences that may have served as like something that turned this person off or turned you off, or considered it like a challenge or an obstacle. But when it comes to like the overall scheme of things, your differences make you guys so much stronger and much more beautiful. It's like it complements one another, power couple vibes. And we have comparison. Focus on your own path and stop seeking validation from external sources. Comparison with others distracts you from your own path, and inequality in resources creates tension. So yeah, forget about the outside noise. Forget about comparing yourself and really be that unicorn. Go towards what you're, like towards your happiness, and really let your intuition guide you. We saw the intuition card. The material like aspects of things and trying to compare and not feeling good enough, in comparison to other people, it's someone will always be more beautiful, more, like have more and more and more. It's like it's a matter of like really seeing the purity of your own soul and like what makes you, that unicorn, that's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Some of you guys may be very focused on the material, and there's a need to tap into your heart space and like connecting with your soul on a soul level. And this makes me feel like there's a need to balance yourself before this can go anywhere if it's meant to. So pile 1, sorry, you may have a message in pile 1. Pile 2, this is your reading. I hope you liked this reading. I hope it resonated. If it did, please hit the like and the hype button. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And to my subscribers, and for those of you that have trusted me with a reading, I'm very honored to be your chosen reader. And thank you so much for the support, guys. Thank you so much. With that said, pile 2, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Dude. Hey, guys, if you chose this girthy rose quartz wand and this card, this is number 6, the worker. I enjoy getting in touch with who I am as an individual. Welcome to your reading, pile 3. So the image on your card, it reminds me of, what jumps out to me is the scythe. And scythes are used to cut, right? And the saying that comes to my mind is separating the wheat from the chaff. And that's just a saying that's getting rid of separating the good and the bad, good people, bad people. So this connection may have taught you guys a lesson of discernment and boundaries. There may have been some of you who have had issues with really protecting your boundaries and discerning when someone has the best intentions for you. There may have been a situation in this connection where someone cut the other one off with a scythe here as well. There's this aspect of asserting her power and her will to cut people off. And it's kind of like this rose quartz wand, right? Wands are used to send energy and also to receive it. And the thing is, it's very sharp on both ends. So there's this aspect of getting hurt, getting cut. But there's also the tips are also very fragile. So there may be something fragile about this connection right now. Or maybe someone was overly sensitive or sensitive and they would just cut people off. There's this aspect also of power. Not only boundaries, but leaking energy, giving away power. It's this reclamation or reclaiming of one's power by protecting their boundaries, protecting their peace. And again, I enjoy getting in touch with who I am as an individual. The rose quartz is very much about love, compassion, but it's more specifically tied oftentimes to self-love. So this connection may have really, again, taught some of you guys lessons in boundaries, discernment, and where you really gave away your power and your energy, and it's calling back your power, focusing on healing yourself, being compassionate to yourself. Very much connecting to the heart space, soft energy. So today we're taking a look, pile 3, at the person on your mind, and pretty much what is the deep truth in this connection? What is the deep truth of this connection? What I wanted to say was, this also reminds me of hold on, I'm getting the intuition card. This reminds me of the Handmaiden's Tale. So that's very much women who were suppressed by this type of group, and it was very much Maybe there's something restricting or controlling within this connection. Somebody may have been very controlling of the other person. Handmaiden's Tale. So we have, jumping out is the Five of Cups, also known as the emotional loss card. So for some of you, there's this aspect of sadness and pain. There's a card of like grief. Could be, it's a number 5, so there has been challenge, maybe conflict and change. So there may have been an ending. And it's this aspect of like the golden ratio, like it's a circular, but it's expanding outward. So there may have been cycles between the two of you where it was like, there's this aspect of like cosmic and solar energy here though, like the night and day, maybe the darker, like moving away from the darker, sad, challenging time towards the sun by connecting to the heart. So somebody may be like really grieving this connection. We have the Tower at the bottom of the deck, so there may have been something like a sudden ending, a sudden disconnect or separation from one another, like a sudden ending to this connection. Someone may have like really detached and left the other person sad, feeling the loss of this connection, facing towards the dark rather than the light. The deep truth of this connection for pile 3 and the person on their mind. What is the deep truth? I'm hearing the depths of their emotion here with the emotional loss. And we have another 5, throat chakra. So this may indicate this desire to speak to one another, communicate something, some sort of truth or clarity when it comes to the throat chakra. But with 5 being a number that has to do with challenge, there may have been challenges when it comes to communication. Regardless of how someone was feeling, they may not have communicated or told the other person how they were feeling. But there's like big change coming up, like 555. You may be seeing a lot of 5s or synchronicities in numbers, but 5 is about big change. So someone may not be very comfortable with opening up about their emotions and their feelings. They may have been a lot more practical. That seems to be like a theme in today's reading, like a lot of the people that my viewers are asking about, it's like this, not too comfortable with speaking the truth of their feelings or just being comfortable with emotions. So, but it's this aspect of wanting a truth to come out, and it's like fitting because I'm filming this during the new moon in Libra, and Libra is related to the Justice card. It's making things right, balancing things out. Lady Justice holding the sword of truth and honesty, truth and justice. Deep truth of this connection for pile 3 and the person on their mind. What is the deep truth? What is, speaking of the sword, we have the Ace of Swords. This is that communication. There could be communication coming in for you, pile 3, if you guys are in some sort of disconnect. There's this communication. This person may want to tell you they miss you, and I'm hearing they can't live without you. Maybe some people feel that way, but it's also this clarity, the sun coming through after being in the dark. It's almost like this hand is coming out from the ground, like there was maybe an ending for some of you, and it's like this resurrection, like a resurrection. That's exactly what that is. Someone coming back from the dead, something coming back from the dead. And again, we have the Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck. There's this new 1-1. You guys may be seeing 11-11, 1-1-1, but aces are new beginnings, fresh energy. This could be this emotional loss. If you guys don't have history together, this can be the person on your mind healing some sort of emotional loss that they've dealt with in the past. And with the Ace of Wands, it's this recognition of the spark between the two of you. And it's very much like, look at this heart focused, heart based connection. They have a fire within them for you, and it's like bringing them back to life. You both may feel like this connection is coming back to life, resurrecting, or this connection is possibly like a chance for a new life with one another after some sort of tower. We have 2 that came out. We have Solitude, which is the Hermit. You guys may have a message in pile 1, by the way. Solitude, which is the Hermit card. So this makes me feel like there is some sort of like distance or separation for some of you. You and this person may be spending a lot of time alone, or at least in introspection, thinking about this connection. And we have this book. Some of you guys may be journaling or writing about this connection. We have this book where there's a blank page. It's that new energy, this opportunity for a new beginning, regardless of whether you've had them in your life before or this is someone new. It's this opportunity for something new. And it's like maybe you guys have needed to process this on your own, if this is something that has been a little bit more overwhelming for some. And we have the star here, the North Star. So it's kind of like inspiring you guys maybe to go within, trying to gain this clarity in this darkness. Some of you guys may be like meditating even, but there's this aspect of like wishing on a star. You guys may also be like doing research about certain types of like connections or like spiritual aspects. Maybe this connection has made you guys a lot more interested in like spiritual, divine topics and themes. And we have number 9 here, which is there's some sort of ending. This is Virgo energy, by the way. Virgo earth signs, I will say, are very much like a lot more practical and on some level more evidence-based, right? More physical realm focused. So if something is like spiritual or ethereal, they may not necessarily like completely believe it because it's like it sounds woo woo. But it's like maybe in this time apart, for those of you where there's some sort of separation, it's like they've connected to something deeper than just their thoughts and logic. It's like their heart. They feel emotions, and maybe it's like helping them to have hope in their life and also connecting with the divine. We have number 18, which is a shadow. This is the moon card, Pisces energy, also connected to Cancer. The moon is about illusions and fears. This can also talk about like their shadow aspect. They have any type of like toxicities or like bad habits. They may have gained some sort of like clarity when it comes to their shadow, becoming aware of their shadow. It may have been mirrored. You guys are possibly mirroring each other here, and 18 reduces down to 9, so there's an ending of something, maybe triggers and woundings from the past, and it's like mirroring to one another. And again, look, you guys may be opposites. We have the moon and the sun here. This is like dark night and then the sun here. So you guys may be like opposites, but like you complement one another, kind of like twinsies. This person may be going through like a dark night of the soul because I said dark night. This specific moon card also reminds me of the Hierophant for some reason. And with the journal, I feel like some of your people or you guys may have even gone to like counseling or therapy in order to like regulate their emotions or balance out their emotions. And that could be why they've gained some sort of like perspective. And the throat chakra is about speaking, maybe speak therapy, writing therapy, in order to process their emotions. We have the crown chakra. You guys may be connecting telepathically. I know that's third eye, but like very much in each other's head, thinking about this a lot. Throat chakra is very much about that air sign energy, communication, talking, thinking. And we have this sword here, just like in your intuition card. There's this sharp object, like someone may have cut someone out after some sort of like challenge. There's also this aspect of feeling like you've been, you maybe feeling like you have to defend yourself in this connection. Someone may have been very defensive or feeling like you need to defend yourself. But then again, that could just go back to like boundaries. Please clarify triumphant success. The deep truth of this connection. Why is triumphant success here? What is this? Too many. Just one more, please, for triumphant success. Why is triumphant success here? And we have authority, which is the Emperor. Emperor energy is about power. And there could have been power struggles between the two of you. But the Emperor also is about building an empire. 4 is about grounding. So there's this energy of maybe someone coming to this recognition of how they were closed off and very like stubborn and unmoving. Their heart may have been very closed off. Look, the arms are folded, but here it's like this guy is holding his heart space. Someone may have been resisting this connection, resisting the grounding of this connection, maybe due to pride and ego, fears. Someone may have just wanted to control the situation. And again, I was picking up on this like Handmaid's Tale energy. So maybe someone was like a little bit possessive, controlling. But it's like, if you see the sky over here, it's like this sword of truth and clarity is cutting through this very like pink. This reminds me of like Neptune energy, so like confusion energy, and it's like letting the light in. There's this letting the light in. Your person may have been very much in their shadow, fears, control, and it's like this recognition of the shadow and how they were closed off to communicating their emotions, tapping into their emotions, maybe needing to learn a specific lesson and needing the time and space to process that. Bottom of the deck energy is the Ace of Wands. There's definite passion and attraction between the two of you. There's desire here. And it's like this connection has lit your person's heart on fire. They may have been a lot more, I'm going to say cold and controlling, maybe detached energy. And it's like this connection has really lit a fire within the two of you. You both feel this very heart, this passion within each other's hearts, regardless of any type of like separation. And we have the waiting game, the 2 of Wands. Is this Wands? Okay, this is Wands. Time may be a factor here with the hourglass. Before it can ground, it's taking a lot of cycles. And these rings remind me of Saturn's rings, right? Saturn is a planet of death and time. So it's like certain karmic lessons needed to be learned, certain karmic people, places, and things that needed to be cut away. But there's this desire to ground this, to root this, to grow. Because there's this spark between the two of you here. It's like you both feel it. And this guy looks a little bit worried. So again, that feeling of maybe someone not so comfortable with their emotions and heart space. Let me just make sure my thing is still recording. We're still good. So we have Pisces here, Aries, and Virgo. So we have, these are all major arcana. Interesting. So a lesson, karmic lesson definitely may have been learned. Or there's been like, your person may have been dealt their karma. Maybe the karma was like acting all detached and stubborn and thinking like, maybe for some of you, this person may have walked away or detached from you, thinking like it's no big deal, but then they felt the pain, and that's exactly a lesson to them. The deep truth of this connection between pile 3 and the person on their mind. What is... I'm hearing letting things fall as like where they may. We have dreams. Important dream messages are being given. So you guys may be dreaming about one another. This is very dreamy here in the shadow. So you guys may see each other in your dreams together. And we have reflect. It's like reflecting here as well. We attract soulmates based on the lessons we need for growth. Is this hindering or supporting you? So this leads me to believe that some of you guys may have like some sort of deep soul bond in order to teach you a lesson. And there's a need to, there's that lesson of discernment. Is this hindering you or supporting you? So like discernment, cutting away the chaff from the wheat. What is valuable, what is not? That's a lesson being taught in this connection. Moving past the illusions, the delusions, and really focusing on trying to ground and trying to get into your power here. The deep truth of this connection between pile 3 and the person on their mind. What is the deep truth? You guys may reflect your shadows to one another, and that can cause like, you know, challenges and triggerings, but it's meant for you guys to process it. And we have wishing well. There's a lot of excitement in the air. You awakened a new life in them that has them lost in a field of possibilities. See, it's like this, like you awakened a fire within them, this passion. It's this desire, passion, but also like this excitement of the possibilities of this new beginning. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. They're very much thinking about you and this connection a lot. There may be a need to make things right for some of you with this dove. It's like this dove of peace. There's a desire for peace for the two of you. And we see these cherry blossoms. So Southeast Asia, Washington, D.C., all these places may be significant, but also the springtime, usually April, that may be significant, is around cherry blossom season. There's this aspect of wishing for one another here. She's holding her chest, he's holding his chest. There's this feeling of like missing each other, feeling maybe the distance and the separation, and it's like painful in the heart, this longing feeling. And there's this like very fantasy based fantasy based. Some of you guys may be gamers or, books fantasy based, but it's like fantasizing about each other. It's like almost feeling like being haunted by one another because of how much you guys are thinking of each other. And we have awakening. Look at all this light. Okay, I had mentioned light coming in. Light, light, light. So a lot of light, clarity, light coming in. And we have this old book. This is an old book. So you may both be looking into this connection and trying to look towards your own light. Awakening. The awakening process has begun. They now hold a new understanding of love and recognize the connection. So this understanding of like their heart space. And again, air sign energy, this clarity. They may have not understood what this connection was before, or didn't understand why they were being triggered by you, and now it's like they've learned some sort of lessons. Maybe they've also, if you guys haven't seen each other in a while, they may have dreamed about you, and it's like it's made them miss you that much more. You bring a light into their life though. And I am hearing that cheesy song. You light up my life. You give me hope. You give me peace. I'm sure that's not the lyrics, but you get the point. One flew off the table. And we have Ace of Earth. This is another ace. An ace. There's new energy coming in, fresh energy for the two of you. Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have Virgo showing up again. This is that solid new beginning. This could be someone owing the other person maybe an apology, owing the person some sort of like explanation, a conversation, but there's this solid new beginning. A spicy new beginning and like a truthful new beginning here for the two of you. That's possible. And we have freedom, leap, Uranus, and opportunities. The opportunities. This is like the Fool card for me. So taking the leap. There's a lot of new energy, like a blank page, blank slate. So desire for you guys to have. Again, if you guys have not had a past with this person, this is that opportunity for a solid new beginning and connection after something you guys have dealt with in the past. And if this is, like if this is someone new, it's like you guys are very much like dreaming about each other, wishing, thinking about each other, missing each other when you guys are not together. It's like there's this mutual desire for each other. And we have soul family. This love is connected to your past soul life. So some of you guys may resonate with being in a soul connection with this family, with this person. And that could be why this connection could be very triggering. There's this all these major arcanas, very spiritual, awakening energy here. This may have been something you've been praying for, waiting for, wishing for. And we have gift. Expect a gesture or gift to reveal their true intention. So they may want to give you flowers or invite you out. We have Ace of Pentacles is like giving someone a gift or giving someone an invitation. So you guys may expect that from this person. I just saw 1212, by the way. So you may be seeing certain synchronicities in numbers besides 55. We have 5511, so 1111. There's a lot of 1, so 111. There's a new beginning because it's like this 9, there was some sort of ending for the two of you, and it's like brand new, fresh energy. So now let's take a look at the potential of this connection, the potential future energies. What is the potential for pile 3 and the person on their mind? What is the potential of this connection? What is the potential of this connection? Okay, this fell off the table. So we have spiritual gifts. So this connection, we saw the hermit, maybe awakening certain gifts that you have, whether you're a reader like me, or you're into sound healing. You just may have certain gifts like psychic ability, your intuition may be developing more so because of this connection and the lessons you're learning. We saw soul family, so there may be a very deep like soul connection that's meant to level your spiritual gifts up, or just like your beliefs in spirituality has been expanded as a result. We have left you hanging, no closure, no contact, left on red. So for some of you, there may be this person may end up like pulling back and needing to surrender this connection. If it's not someone that's left you hanging on red, airing you out, there's this energy of surrendering here. This kind of reminds me of the hanged man energy, Pisces again coming through. There's a need to surrender. So there may be, both of you guys may end up really tapping into like really focusing on like spiritual awakening, healing that you guys are going through, and there's a need to surrender. And this can show up as someone like detaching possibly. And we have trap. This surrendering could be like needing to accept how things are as well. If you guys are asking about someone who is unable to come towards you because they're trapped in a situation, trapped in their own like doubts and fears. And it's like it could be like trapped in their head, because this doesn't necessarily have to be like third party, but there's this feeling of needing to free oneself, whether from their own mind, from their, or from a certain situation, family, friends, community. And we have losing sleep, worried, replaying events, thinking about you. So there's still this, in the near future, there may still be this like separation because of like certain complications or like external, but they're very much like stressing about this connection. You guys may both be losing sleep about one another, but there's a need to this surrender. Go within, like this lady's meditating. Transmute that pain and longing into maybe writing music or art, or even like writing about it. Just transmuting it would be very cathartic and healing for you. Because we saw the waiting game. It's like time is a factor. Potential for pile 3 and the person on their mind. What is the potential? So 1 pile. 3 keeps coming out, so like 3, 3, 3. So we have thriving. So there's this opportunity for this connection to thrive, but it may take a matter of time. Did you know that giraffes are very spiritual animals and their tongues are blue? And it's because it could help protect them from getting sunburned, I believe. But there's something about seeing the higher perspective as well with the giraffe. And that's why there's a need to surrender and accept the way that things are. Being above any type of like drama and low vibrational things. Embracing is kind of like that allowing, surrendering. And it's like embracing for what's to come. But there's also this need to surrender to and give it, like, even if you don't believe in God, giving it up to God, giving it up to the universe, this aspect of there is something coming, like this new day dawning. And this looks like I don't know if it's an egret or a stork. Let's say it's a stork. Like there's a potential for something coming, and you may feel it, of this new day dawning. There's light here coming out, like coming from beyond the trees. It's like the sun shining, even though the moon is here. It's like the light coming from the dark. There's like dark night of the soul. That's why I'm feeling like some of your people may be just trapped in their minds and their fears. So there's this energy of needing to gain acceptance with the way things are. And we have release. There may be things that need to be released, that need to be cut away with this scythe. And it may take time for like external people, places, and things that need to fall away. Just like this tree, the leaves falling. For the leaves to all fall down in order for a blank new slate. They may be trapped in something and they need to release. And if it's not external parties, if it's within them, it's releasing the control of holding back, releasing the control of their fears. And this is very much like autumn energy. So maybe autumn or fall is significant within this connection. And we have purity here. Again, the blank slate of the page in the Hermit. This tree getting rid of all the dead leaves, getting rid of the chaff from the wheat. There's this desire for a brand new beginning with the two of you, and there's this opportunity to do so with this purity. It brings about like peace. And it's like we have two color eyes, and even though they're different, they're both a pair, you know, like, so your differences make you guys unique and complement one another. You guys may be like different externally, but very much like complement each other, even like to the point of like power couple styles. But there may also be something very pure about this connection, about this love, or the feelings you guys have for each other. And we saw soul family, past lives. So there's a potential here, but there's a little bit of a delay. There's potential and very dreamy energy. So let's take a look, pile 3, at some advice for you. Some of you may choose to release this connection with the trap and release, because in order to thrive and really work on yourself, it's like calling back your power so as to not stress about this and stop losing sleep. Bad news. It's like endings. This fear of endings. But there may have been an ending that brought about this like change in you. Advice from my pile 3s in regards to this connection. Advice for pile 3. Okay, one flipped over. We have Lifesaver, which is another one. You are not alone in this storm. As you grasp for air, I think it's supposed to say gasp for air, salvation appears and a breath away from safety. So even though some of you guys may feel very overwhelmed with the feelings, the grief of whatever you guys have gone through with this person, or maybe what you've gone through before this person, there's this new beginning coming. And I'm hearing like, don't fret, my pet. This reminds me of something of like the divine trying to, I'm hearing, save you from yourself. I'm also getting this energy of like, you need to help yourself as well. You can't rely too much on everybody else. There's a need to be self-reliant and independent as well for some of you. And this is like, the boat reminds me of the 6 of Swords energy, going from like very like chaos, rough waters, and then heading towards like calmer waters and peace. So there may be a need to take care of yourself in that way. And then we have Oath, which is 2, like sequential numbers, 1, 2, and I saw 12, 12. So unity and diversity. You may have a message in pile 1, but unity and diversity, embracing differences to create a harmonious and balanced partnership, divinely guided towards union. So like if you guys are asking about someone where you guys have differences and there are complications like external family, friends, community, like fill in the blank with that, but there may be there may have been a point where this person may have been afraid to come towards this and embrace this connection. That's why resistance, because of the differences and maybe not being accepted and being taboo, woo woo. And so now there's this recognition of this soul family, soul connection that you have. And it's like, it may be for some of you, the divine may be guiding you guys towards union with one another after some time, and also releasing of external parties, complications. Some of you guys may even end up like leveling up to marriage if that's what you want. So, but there may be, aspects of the community, the family, acceptance, that may be something that has served like a challenge within this connection. So, pile 3, that's your reading. That's what I have for you. I hope you liked it and I hope it resonated. Please hit the like button and the hype button. It helps me a lot. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And to my subscribers, guys, thank you so much for being here and supporting me. And thank you to those who have gotten some private readings with me. I feel very honored to be able to read for you. And yeah, I'm just very grateful for you guys. With that said, pile 3, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you in the next reading. Bye, guys. Doot!